Alright, another cast from the subreddit r/Castit. And this is going to be a Diamond versus Platinum TVZ. Not sure who posted it. I would think it's Reapzo, seeing as he posted a game earlier. Starting in the top right, we have the red Zerg player, Laya. And in the bottom left, we have our blue Terran player, Reapzo. I believe Reapzo was actually Protoss in the last game that I spectated of his, but nonetheless, it's very interesting to see someone post regularly. So nothing too strange coming out here, I don't think. Then again, it's not really early enough to tell, and I always forget to close that. Got a little bit of a supply block. That's okay. Maybe he was just a little slow in putting down the supply depot. So I think we're going to see a hatch first here from Laya. Oh, okay, he's going to hatch first and then he's going to scout. I was confused for a second. I don't know why I didn't just know that that's what was going to happen. We got another supply depot going down. This is all good to see. Let's take a look at Reapzo here. He's not got any gas yet, so I'm going to assume he's not going to take... Okay, yeah, there's a CC rallied SCV. This drone is going to be a sad drone whenever it realizes it can't get into the base to scout anything. And the CC should be going down right about now. There we go. Man, this map is so weird. I always feel like the CC is off position, but that's actually probably right. So we've got the hatch first going off pretty smooth for the Zerg player here. He's got a spawning pool on the way. He's got about 50 gas mined already. So he will have the door open to him to take pretty much whatever he wants. He can go into speed upgrade and pull out a gas, or he can keep going. Completely up to him. Alright, we got the double gas going from Reapzo. So my only question is, will he be adding on more barracks, or will he just wait till he adds on the factory? So he immediately fills one refinery. Will he fill the other? I would imagine the answer is yes, and he does. This barracks isn't really... Okay, there we go. Let's take a look. Has he scouted? He has not scouted. He could be so dead right now. Right now, if Laya was going for a Roach Ravager all-in, this is dead 100% of the time. So the factory does go down here for Reapzo. And his other command center finishes up. So let's see. We're still mining gas here on the Zerg's end. And he's got 400 minerals, so he doesn't decide to invest in another queen. It's always good to have more queens. I would like to see him either expand or... Okay, yeah. Third hatchery. I'm blind. So the Terran player has floating a ton of minerals. I would like to see a couple more barracks thrown down. I think he could afford to have gone with the 3 racks and still done the same opening. But it's okay. He should be good to go. There's his extra 2 barracks. Those could have been done a long time ago, I think. And I would like to see him throw down his starport because he's got the money. He's gonna throw down a starport. Alright, an Overlord's flying in. The Marines are coming to intercept it. I don't know why he's not making the starport. Definitely want to go ahead and get that starport with this opening, I think. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and start stem and another Marine. Let's take a look at the worker count here. Reapzo is quite a bit ahead in workers. There's... Oh man, his Hellions are on the wrong side. Pull some SCVs. He needs to pull SCVs to repair. Okay, he's good. I would still pull an SCV or 2 to repair this wall. These Lings, however, are not going to really get too much more done, I don't think. Let's take a look. The army supply. Everything is pretty much even. There are a few workers ahead here for Reapzo. Okay, he's probably going to start droning up now, I would imagine, after securing that he's got the Terran locked in his base. Alright, these Hellions are going to move out on the map. It's a little brave, but he should be okay. He's got enough Hellions to deal with the Lings he saw, unless more were made. Which he would probably be okay with. One thing to note, there's still no starport on the way here. So, he's got 2 tech labs on barracks, though. So he's getting 2 upgrades at the same time. This leads me to think maybe it'll have some sort of marine push here in a little bit. He is supply blocked right now, and he has no supply depots on the way. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. There's some Lings forced out here by these Hellions on the map. Alright, they should be able to do a pretty good job. I don't think that scan was necessary there. He gets 1 creep tumor, will he go get the other one? I think, yeah, the scan's going to run out. Oh man, he had those Hellions in a really brave spot. 6 roaches coming out, that should put a halt to this. The Hellions should run home now. Or at least should try and get the roaches out of position so they can run past. Alright, so let's take a look again. We have Reapzo still supply blocked, unfortunately. He is up. He's actually behind 8 workers, 9 now. And we've got 2 overlords on the way for Lias, so he should be good to keep producing his roaches. He's got a lair on the way, 2 Evo chambers. I like where this is going for him. He seems to be in a very good position. This drone leads me to believe he might have been trying to take a 4th. Oh, okay, he's just going to throw down a macro hatch. That's cool too. So we've got Reapzo moving out here with this bio army. I really don't like it. He's just now thrown down a starport. He's got a bio army. It's not very big. And it's got no healing support versus Roach Ravager. Don't really want to take that fight. He is up 12 army supply, or not 12, he's up some army supply though. If I was him, I would probably switch those into Hellbats. He does have the armory, so he could do that. I would switch these into Hellbats. That would be the best call there, I think. Okay, so he stems, and he's going to take out a lot of this. I still would really... Oh, move from the bile? Okay. I would still really like to see him turn these into Hellbats. I think that would be the best way for this attack to happen. There are actually a ton of overlords here out in the front. This army's starting to get whittled down, though. And once this attack is held off... Okay, well, actually, it's pretty good. And these roaches are going to start popping one at a time. He really needs to pull the drones to fight here. Okay. He's finally pulled them, and he needs to move these overlords out of the way. These overlords need to get out of dodge while they still can. So we've got Reapzo down a good bit of supply here. The drones did end up taking out the Hellions. I'm sure they took 15 workers were killed in this, but Reapzo is actually still behind in workers, unfortunately for him. This little roach hit squad's going to move out on the map, and there's not really a whole lot back at home to stop it. There will be a couple Widow Mines out by the time these things get across the map, but not a whole lot. Alright, so he's got an armory, but he does not have 2-2 on the way. He still has no medevacs. Okay, he's making another starport. I like that call, actually. I do think having 2 starports is good in TVZ. These Ravagers are morphing right outside of Reapzo's base. Oh man, this is going to get a little bit sketchy here in a second, I think. Let's take a look at the supplies again. Reapzo is down about half the army supply of Laya. If Laya just goes right now, he crushes this army. Because he would also catch the bunker. But now I think he's probably about to eat these Widow Mines. Oh man, eating those Widow Mines is not the ideal way to do that. And he put all of his bile on the bunker itself, so the army's still fully intact. So there are now 2 Marauders in the bunker. Reapzo has caught up, and he's got some medevacs finally. So from here, I think this attack would be a bad idea, usually. And I would like to see him just retreat on home. Let's take a look. Does he have concussive? He does have concussive shells, and he has a ton of Marauders. So if these Ravagers and Roaches come up here and get tagged, they're not going anywhere. I kind of don't like that he's still making Hellions. I don't know if that was a misclick or not, but I think Hellbats would be a much better decision here. Taking a look, he's not producing from a starport. That's unfortunate. Okay, he is taking a fight out here. Oh man, it's gonna be close. I think the Terran is winning out here. The Corrosive Biles never came down. And that's unfortunate for the Zerg player. I think this is going to be pretty close, but the Zerg player did lose quite a bit there. He does have a 4th base up though, so the Zerg does have a bit of an economy lead, but honestly he probably wants to go ahead and take another base while he's doing this. So one thing I'm worried about here is that the Zerg player is not making any Hydras. I think Roach Ravager would be really strong in this situation where he's already ahead with some Hydras sprinkled in. And honestly, since you see literally so many Marauders being produced, Hydras would be so good against this. Right now he needs to drop the Corrosive Biles while he's retreating. I think that's going to be Laya's biggest issue here, is he's not really utilizing his Corrosive Bile. And it looks like Reapzo is positioning to take his 4th base. But will he do it? And yes, he will. So taking a look at the mineral patches, he's still got some minerals in his main and his natural, so he's doing fine. So does our Zerg player. And let's take a look at the supplies now. We actually have Laya on 83 workers. That's a bit too much. You really don't want 80 workers. Reapzo's on 72, which is also a bit too much, especially as a Terran with mules. You really don't need that many. But I think he'll be okay. Let's take a look at the upgrades here. We have a slight upgrade advantage for our Terran player at 2-2, while our Zerg is at 2-1. We have a Doom Drop coming out for Reapzo. And I kind of wish he had more units. I would send 1 or 2 of these medevacs back. It's a little bit unnecessary to have all of your medevacs in a Doom Drop if you don't actually have units in them. So sending 1 or 2 of these back would just ensure that you have some medevacs at home in case a counterattack happens or something. Right now, as you can see, Reapzo is actually down about 40 supply. Once this command center finishes up, it should clear up his supply block, and he's also got his depot almost done. Starting another one as well. Alright, so this army is just kind of idling here while he moves this small hit squad over to the other base. So what he's going to try and do is a double prong attack here. He's going to go ahead and flies into the main, and oh man, he could get the hive here. So this has done its job. It's pulled the whole army. He's pulled the entire army to deal with this little hit squad. But in the main, he's losing a lot. Oh man, if he just focuses down the hive, I would just focus on the hive. He's still got his whole army over here. He's not even moving. He's going to lose his hive. And that's going to slow down a lot of everything, really. He's going to lose his spawning pool. Let's see if he decides to pick up or... Oh man, if he fights on this ramp, that would be really good for him. He's not going to be able to get up the ramp without taking significant losses. The Zerg player should not be taking this fight. Oh man, he's actually biling his own units here. As the Terran, you probably just want to lift up and run now. No Hydras, no Corruptors, no nothing to stop these medevacs from just having their way. Oh man, he's making 4 medevacs right now. I think that's a mistake. Let's take a look. He's got 13 medevacs. Let's take a look just to be sure on the math here. Medevac is 2 supply. He's got 13 medevacs, so that's 26 supply in medevacs. I think that's a little too much. Being a player who used to make that many medevacs myself, I used to find myself all the time having a tiny army and then a cloud of medevacs with nothing to heal. I do like that he's going to drop the natural and the third at the same time. There's going to be a lot of damage under the Zerg here. The Zerg's out in the middle of the map for no reason. Oh man, he's going to take some pretty big hits here. He's going to lose the infestation pit, which is huge. That means even once he gets back up to the lair, he won't be able to get back to hive. But he's about to lose the spawning pool. Oh man, he rallied all the drones right to the other army. That really stings. 52 workers killed in total. He's down to 43 from 80. Alright, so he's lost his spawning pool again. Looks like he's gonna have these infestors hiding up here. He needs to go and fungal. Oh, he missed the front part of the army though. Drop another fungal. Drop another fungal. Drop another fungal. And he does catch the medevacs. So this... Oh, they're gonna lift up and run away now. They got the Roach Warren too. Oh man. Does Laya even have any? Laya has no production right now. He can make nothing but drones. He has no spawning pool on the way, and he's not able to make any more units than what he has right now. Man, Reapzo loves his medevacs. He's still got more on the way. He's up to 15 medevacs and another one on the way. So you got 2 drops going off simultaneously, and I think the Zerg player is just going to get picked apart here. There's not a whole lot he can do about it anymore. Looks like he's just going to go for a counterattack takes a bit of a Widowmine hit. So he's going to go full base trade. But honestly, the Terran player is going to be completely okay with this because he's got a really nice spread. He's got a hell of a lot of Marauders, let me tell you. So here's this big concave for the Terran, and the Terran's just wailing on the Zerg player. The Terran, okay, he's only at 2-2. He didn't ever get into his 3-3, but he'll be okay with that. And Laya is just hurting, man. His supply is reeling right now. He's got 2 Infestors left, and that's pretty much the remainder of his arm. He's actually going to clean up this little bit of army over here. And this is where I say if he would have had, you know, gotten rid of those 4 medevacs and had more Marauders or Marines or something, it would have been good for him. But Laya throws out the GG, and Reapzo going full Nathanius here, staying in the game to make sure he gets everything killed. So let's take a look at the stats at the end of the game here. 64 total workers killed. Laya was definitely dead in this game. There's no way he's going to come back. So GG Reapzo, and hope you enjoyed the cast, guys, and see you next time.